Good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
That's all right. If we finally got here, there've been a few problems with my computer before we done this, but we've got you here.
Don't worry. Like computers are computers, but I know what it's like.
I know. They're just so annoying. I mean, this is a quite a high tech operating system one, but it can't handle the heat, you know?
No, and like your your building sounded like it was about to catch fire from. It was hotter outside than inside, so
Yeah,
uh,
it really was. It was like I was up here like checking the guitars, saying like, what the hell's that? Where'd it come from? It ain't got a doorbell. It's a ghost. So, yeah, what the hell was that? Anyway, that's going to be left in there just for a laugh of it. So, first of all, now we've got that over the way because that was peculiar. Tell everyone who you are and why you're here.
my name's James Neeson. I've written a book called Mental Health for Metalheads: Rock Your Way to Wellbeing. And basically, we have a friend in common in Dan Wicks from Music
Yeah.
Fishbowl, who you've covered. I had guested on Music Fishbowl, and have been kind of in contact with Dan since.
Yeah.
Um, and he mentioned yourself and suggested that I reach out. So here I am, and I'm also quite friendly with Rebecca Knight on Instagram, who you've also had on the show. So
Yeah. They've
it's
all been
sort of
here.
running in similar circles. Yeah.
They've all been here. This is where people come on the way up, on the way down. This isn't the top. This is like so everyone should be on the way up. That's what we'll say it that way. So,
Yet. It's not
first
the
of all,
top
before I
yet.
ask you about the book, I'm going to just comment on the cover art because that cover art is very cool. It's a little bit weird, but it is cool. I love it. Tell me how you came up with that.
So basically, fans of heavy metal um, often like really love the album art.
Yeah,
Um, so there's a particular artist called Ed Repka who has painted some of the most iconic
yeah,
heavy metal album covers in history. Ones by Megadeth, Death, Venom, and recently working with people like Municipal Waste, etc.
yeah.
But like he's known for his really like vivid, striking art.
Hmm.
Um, and I thought like because the book is tied into heavy metal culture and community, like
Yeah,
the cover of the book should look like the cover of an album.
yeah.
Um, and because it's about mental health, I kind of had the idea of like a metalhead meditating,
Hmm.
but with a brain instead of a head. And I proposed this to um, my friend, artist John Cowan,
Yeah.
who illustrated the inside of the book, and he
Hmm.
created Desmond, which is the guy on the front cover of the
That's a
book.
cool name for him.
Yeah, so like different metal bands have mascots, like Megadeth have Vic Rattlehead, and
Yeah.
Iron Maiden have Eddie, etc. Motorhead have Snaggletooth, but I thought I'm gonna have my own heavy metal mascot called Desmond. I just thought it's funniest. But John kind of invented what Desmond would look like, and
Yeah.
then when I pitched the book to Ed Repka, he kind of realized it into a full color. I was gonna say album cover there, but a
It
full
looks like
color
one.
cover. Yeah, that's definitely the goal anyway.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's very good. It's got
really
the right sort of it's for colouring as well, you know, like, it's got that same sort of colour palette as a lot of what you think of like, the metal album covers when you go into a
yeah.
record shop.
I did specifically suggest, like with the color palette of, and give him a few suggestions from his past work, and he kind of accepted
Yeah.
to do that, which was awesome. I've
It
also
all
got a
worked
little
out quite well.
physical
Oh, there you've
manifestation.
even got a toy version of it. I love that.
Yeah.
That's cool. You need like a life-size one, what you can like put strap on the top of a car.
Part of me thought like, do I buy a brain mask to wear for podcasts or something? But
Oh, that
I
would be
thought it would
cool.
wouldn't get away with it.
It might, people will just get you on just to see how that looks. That would be cool though. So tell us a bit about the book now, because I've gone on about the illustration. That's because I, did graphic design. So now about the inside of the book, please. Let's hear about it.
So basically, myself, so like I am a nurse now as an adult,
Yeah.
but as a patient, and throughout, childhood, adolescence, early
Hmm.
adulthood, as a patient struggling with my own mental health,
Yeah.
various mental illnesses, trauma, bereavement,
Hmm.
etc. Um, childhood bullying, the whole classic picture of like
Yeah.
what breaks a person over
Yeah.
time. Um, but I never got help for it until much, much too late. Always kind of, therapy is for other people. Oh, you know, like not applicable.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
not for me, etc.
Yeah.
And when I finally did go, like basically kicking and screaming, it really, really helps. And I was like, God damn, I wish someone had,
You wish you'd done it
forced
earlier.
me sooner. Yeah. And I really got into self-help books, etc. Like there's an author, Dr. Scott Eilers in particular, who's writing like I really, really resonated with, and it's just grabbed
Yeah.
me on a visceral level. I eventually ended up asking him to write a foreword to the book, would you believe? And he said yes, which was like an honor. But
Yeah.
basically, I got into buying dozens and dozens of self-help books and reading them, and then getting into self-help podcasts, YouTube channels,
Yeah.
the whole the whole genre.
Yeah.
Um, what I tried to do with this book was basically take all of that, curate a playlist of it for my teenage self,
Yeah.
so that if somebody else who is struggling but isn't isn't winning that struggle yet, hasn't overcome that struggle yet,
Yeah.
can pick this up and find different options to help
Hmm.
themselves, but in an accessible way. And then the other thing is, because I'm such a lifelong music dork, um, I didn't just want to write a self-help book because there are good ones already.
Yeah.
There's no need. It's like my niche was translating it with lots of music references. So, do you ever see like a cookbook that's like Game of Scones, and it's like
Yeah.
baking for Game of Thrones fans,
Yeah.
or Baking Bad for Breaking Bad
Yeah.
fans, etc. It was kind of like that for self-help. Like
Mm.
let's take self-help but make it heavy metal. you
Yeah.
know?
Make it more, should we say cooler? Is that the right words? It puts like a coolness to it.
I don't know if I'm probably the least cool person you're ever gonna meet, but the music is cool.
Just keep the music. It's like, yeah, I'm that cool because I listen to this music. There was one question actually.
Speaking of music,
Go on.
oh, I was going to say I've just been listening to a lot of New Serpents in the
Have
build
you?
up to
Do you
this.
like it?
Yeah, so as well as heavy metal, I also when I was in high school, it was the perfect time for like the Libertines, the Fratellis,
Oh
Arctic
yeah.
Monkeys, all of those bands kind of came out at the same time,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
a lot of those bands are influenced by similar artists that you guys are influenced by.
Yeah.
So if I listen to a song like "What's For," I can go like, "Oh, that sounds like Chun Li's Flying Spin Kick," or the Arctic Monkeys B-side,
Yeah.
which was inspired by this band and that band, and
It's like a
so
butterfly effect,
yeah,
or whatever you call it.
yeah,
Trickles down. It all started in the 50s and then goes to 60s, 70s. It just keeps on going. We might inspire someone one day. I doubt it, but you never. Someone's got to.
Keep the faith. It's gonna happen.
I
I'll
hope so.
say you say this podcast isn't the top. It's not the top yet. We're like this is gonna be like the Noel Gallagher of 2032 or something.
That's it. In 2032, I'll be making millions, and you'll be like, "I was on that podcast." I mean, your book will be a huge success, and people will be like, "See, they got all the good names on there before they took it off big." So, when it came to you writing the book, do you find that it helped you with your own mental health writing it as well, or was it all for everyone else?
Both. So like the reason for doing it was just sharing. Like, as a music fan, you hear a new album and you're like, to your friend, like, you gotta check out this
Yeah,
new album.
yeah,
It was kind of like that, like you find a new therapy technique or something, and I'm like, I want to share this with someone.
yeah,
But in the process of finding them, it is helpful for yourself. So like 18 months of research went into the book before writing it.
hmm
Um, that 18 months was incredibly helpful for me.
yeah,
Um, but also the reason I'm doing it in the first place is for the benefit of anyone who does choose to read it.
yeah. So,
So it's kind of giving someone 18 months worth of effort in 1 month's worth of reading.
yeah.
It's like a greatest hits CD.
And it looks like one as well. The album cover, come back to it. So,
Yeah.
I was looking at your link on your page where people can go and buy the book, and you've got it on a paperback. You've got paperback writer. There you go, back to the Beatles. You've got hardback, and you've got Kindle. But out of those three, which one is the most popular for people who want
Uh,
your book?
Hardback so far
Yeah?
because the Kindle and paperback have only come out today, so
Oh, right.
you've got me on release day.
That's it.
So the hardback's been selling well,
Yeah.
and I've got like good pre-orders for the Kindle, but people
hmm
basically haven't had a chance to get the paperback until
Yeah.
today. So I'll have to check my stats later and see if anyone bought it.
There's got to be some at least. But then again, I suppose this is going to sound weird, but I wonder if anyone will buy your book, like two copies of it, one to read and one to like basically take the cover off and frame it.
Do you want to hear something kind of embarrassing? My
Go on.
dad, my dad bought a copy and framed it.
Why not? It's cool.
Uh, you know, um, we're all British. We've all been told not to be up ourselves and stuff,
Yeah.
so we've all got a bit of a what's the word? A don't look at me kind of
Yeah.
personality. So someone framing your work,
Yeah.
it'd be like, if your, partner or loved one puts a new Serpent's LP on the wall, you'd be like, oh,
We've got
I
it.
don't know.
We've got one. So I know what it's like. We've got one downstairs. So yeah, you're
Oh
not the
yeah.
only one there. So obviously your parents are very proud because your you've got it framed up on the wall. But what was their opinion when you first came out and said, I'm going to do this? Was it like, wow, instantly, or was it like, what was their opinion of family in general?
So, so the reason I started writing it, so my mum was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer at the
Oh,
time.
sorry.
Um, don't worry. She's since passed away,
hmm
but it was kind of a conversation I was having. When you start having those like the end is coming
hmm
conversations, she had kind of said like, you've always been into music, you should do something with this. And like I've always been like a blogger and a
Yeah,
internet CD review writing kind of person.
yeah,
Half the reviews on Amazon are written by me just because I want to share
yeah,
my music with people. And she was kind of saying you should you should do something creatively anymore. Like, you know nursing is one part of your personality, but you should do something creative as well.
Yeah.
And that was one of the seeds for starting the books. Was kind of indirectly her idea.
Yeah.
So that they were into it. My dad doesn't listen to heavy metal or like anything about it, but he thought the
Yeah.
idea of like a Neeson putting out a book was pretty cool. So
Yeah. So he was more into you being an author than what it was actually who it was aimed at.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like he's supportive even if he doesn't like listen to Slipknot. It
Yeah.
don't have to be.
So what would he prefer it to be like? What kind of music would he have chosen, do you think?
He's a big Elvis man.
Yeah.
Likes Elton John. Yeah, like he's fairly eclectic. Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Uh, just never got into the heaviest stuff.
You haven't managed to push him into liking that then?
I never tried, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, I'm not a big converting people. I'm more of a uh, nerding out with people who already like it.
Yeah. So talking about, being a big fan of music and nerding out and everything, I'm looking at all the stuff behind you and I'm actually going to show this video so people can appreciate it. Let's have a little, show us what everything is. Give us a little tour.
uh, got some t-shirts there from some like my favorite podcast. That's not metal.
Yeah.
I've got a t-shirt there from Grab a Stack of Rock, which is a Canadian YouTuber
Oh
called
yeah.
Mike Lodano. His show. There's a lot of framed album covers, like vinyl albums from different heavy metal bands. You got your Metallicas, Megadeths, Iron Maidens, Motorhead, Saxon, etc., etc. I've got a bunch of music Funko Pops in here. Like there's Alice in Chains ones in the background, as you can
Oh
see.
nice.
Uh, it's basically like a. This is actually my office for when I do computer work at home, but
Oh
it
yeah.
it looks like a proper teenage boy's man cave.
It's very cool. It is, I find it very cool. Coming from a Beetle room, we can't see because I haven't got a webcam, but from a Beetle room to a metal room.
You did you ever listen to Yeti, the Libertine spin-off band that the bassist John was in?
I haven't, no.
You might really like Yeti
Yeah.
if you're into the Beatles. That they're proper uh, Beatles coded.
Yeah. So they're kind of like a good rip-off of the Beatles.
Like I don't know about rip off, but they've definitely influenced. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
A heavy influence.
Yeah,
So back to all your records there. If you could just pick one metal band to listen to forever, every other one stops existing, which band do you keep?
that's a really hard question. Like that question would change on, or the answer would change on the hour.
Yeah.
uh, right now, I'm going to say Corrosion of Conformity,
Mhm.
because I've been on a massive streak because they put out a new album this year and it's just really good. And it
Yeah.
kind of it made me go back and listen to everything else and buy more merch and
Yeah.
everything. But ask me tomorrow and it could be someone else. I'm one of those people. My speaking of my mum once said when I was a teenager, I said something something. I have to get this album. It's my favorite band, and she said, "You have a different favorite band every day," and it's true.
Just keeps going all
There's
over the place.
there's some people and they're like my favorite band is Nirvana, full stop, end of story,
Yeah.
forever. My favorite band is Metallica, my favorite band is the Beatles, my favorite band is the Strokes. um Whereas like I've changed my favorite band by the time I've started the end of that sentence,
Keep altering it. But is there any
Yeah.
bands in that sort of genre that you think are over, hyped a bit? That you think, oh, they're not quite live up to what people think they are? Or are
I
they all
used
great
to
to you?
I used to have bands I disliked, and over the years I ended up getting into them.
Yeah.
you know, the Sex Pistols didn't click with me at first, and then
Hmm.
I got into them. Like Deftones didn't click with me at first, and then I got into them.
Yeah.
So I've eventually learned to stop disliking anything because it just end up liking it 2 years later. Like,
Yeah,
so I don't want to eat my words.
you just become, you know, oh no, I know I like it now. What can I say? I can't go back on my on my word. I hate them. No, actually, I don't hate them anymore. They're right now.
I just think, music is very good, isn't it?
Yeah, and you're
Um,
all over the place. Like, oh no, I don't like this band. Actually, this is quite a good song. Then you listen to another one of their songs, you're like, God, this actually is quite good. And then you are like, Christ, I've been saying to everyone, I hate this band, and now what? This is why I won't listen to
exactly.
One Direction in case I like one of their songs. I don't want to.
It's a risk. Yeah.
It's not a
Um,
risk I want to take, that one. Now, earlier you were saying that you read all the self-help books and listened to your podcast and all this. But what do you think helped you more? Reading books or listening to podcasts or YouTube videos? Which one have a bigger effect on you?
definitely books.
Yeah,
Apart from the actual therapy itself with a
yeah,
licensed therapist, but of the self-help stuff,
mm,
definitely books. Um, you know, YouTube videos are great, but what they usually do is inspire me to buy the person's book because they've
yeah,
started a YouTube channel to promote their
yeah,
books.
yeah,
Um, yeah, there's something about a book that's I feel like the way your brain engages with it and
yeah,
memorizes it, and there's more of a gravitas to it,
mm,
having it published in your hands. It's had to go through an editor that makes it like more trustworthy. Like,
yeah,
anyone can say anything on YouTube. Anyone
yeah,
can do a podcast, but like to get a book out, like someone has to at least double check it.
yeah. It's like when I used to have guitar lessons and stuff. The bloke said to me, "You'll always learn more reading down notes that you take in a lesson than when you're actually doing the lesson because by reading it, your brain's absorbing it more than just
Yeah,
watching." Well, I remember that. Dare I say, I don't write enough notes now, but
have to
that
get
was
back in the
years
habit.
ago. I need to do it more. I make notes for like lyrics and stuff like that, but not for actual practice. And if he's listening to this, he'll probably tell me off, but I haven't heard from him in quite a while. It's because he found out I stopped making notes, is what it is.
Probably.
So you were saying how you're a nurse now. I have a
Correct.
couple of questions on that. One, what kind of nurse are you? What do you specialize in? And what was it that got you into being a nurse?
So adult nursing, I mean, it would be a much better story if I was a mental health nurse. But
Yeah,
like I said, the book is more from the point of view of a patient. Like the only reason I even mention that I'm a nurse is because there's a story in the book about a time I got like a needle stick injury from a patient with he was undergoing testing for HIV,
oh
and this is
God.
this story in the book about basically um, me having to wait to find out whether or not I did as well.
Yeah,
Um, and the reason I got into nursing, surprise, surprise, was wanting to help people. I was
yeah.
in, in a folk punk. I can't speak English. Sorry, I was in a folk punk band at the time when I was in uni studying something else,
Yeah.
and the the violin player, Hyle Evans, R.I.P. He
Hmm.
he was a mental health nurse, and I was kind of saying like I don't like the direction I'm heading in, the degree I'm doing at the moment. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to, go into this industry. It's not for me.
Yeah.
I want to do something more helpful for people. And he was talking about nursing, and kind of I got inspired by him, and
Hmm.
then kind of went down that route. So again, music led to everything.
And music's always there.
Absolutely. 1 minute you're covering Dropkick Murphys, and the next you're studying nursing at uni. It's
Do
strange
you
how life works.
find that because I actually was reading about a nurse online the other day, funny enough, and they were saying how even in the most stressful of situations, it find it quite a calming job, knowing they're helping people. But do you find it calming and soothing, or quite stressful, or does it depend on the day?
Uh, yeah, like it I am not calm in a crisis.
Yeah,
So I ended up needing to go for a desk job because of
yeah,
like mental illness. So I I'm not gonna say that I've never saved anyone's life, but it definitely wasn't calm. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
It
So
tires you out afterwards. Yeah,
go home and have a panic attack kind of job.
yeah. And back to the music. I see behind you got a drum kit. You said you were in a band. Obviously, you play drums. Can you play anything else, or what is the
No,
music side of you?
when I was a teenager, I did make attempts at learning guitar, but
Hmm.
it's just not uh, something I kind of pursued.
Yeah.
Uh, but drums really clicked with me. I don't
Hmm.
know if it's like a stimming thing or
Yeah.
I, drums are very regulating. Like you literally get to hit things with sticks.
Yeah.
Let the anger out. So drums work in my brain. My brain understands, rhythm, but
Yeah.
it doesn't understand notes,
Yeah.
fifths, major keys, whatever. I done music lessons in high school. I took additional music theory classes, and
Yeah.
all I did was frustrate the teacher because it wouldn't click.
He wanted you to leave. Get out
uh,
now. Get out, play drums, and write a self-help book. I'm done teaching you
yeah,
guitar.
pretty much. Yeah. Uh,
So you said, music has led to basically everything. We've everything's come back round to music. Where do you think that you would be in life, and what would you be doing if it wasn't for music?
it's a very good question, and like the initial reaction is just dead. But
Hmm.
so it's a bit bleak for
Yeah.
the podcast. So um, yeah, I can't. I imagine I just would have developed a similar like intense, focus on something
Yeah.
else, like uh, comic books or wrestling or
Hmm.
something else. But it just music is like my entire personality. It's
Yeah.
some people have a hobby and some people have like an absolutely life-consuming special interest that is like
Yeah.
everything they spend their money on, everything they talk about, everything they read about, everything they
Yeah.
listen about. And I'm that second kind of person. It's just like,
That
it's
is, that's
music or
the number
nothing.
one. Nothing else comes close to it.
Yeah.
So
I've had dalliances with other hobbies, but nothing like this. This is like the whole
it
the
always
whole
comes back to
culture.
metal music.
Like not even just metal. Like metal was my number one
Yeah.
first, but I like a lot of other stuff, punk,
Mm.
prog, bit of indie, bit of lots of classic 60s and 70s rock,
Yeah.
psychedelic. Anyone with a guitar. Never got into EDM, but anything with a
Yeah.
guitar I'll listen to.
So
My
anything with
friend's even
guitar.
trying to get me into jazz at the minute.
Oh yeah. But you like anything with guitar. What do you think about this is actually quite an interesting question, I think. Um I'm bragging about myself. Come up with a great one here. So what do you think about now people are using AI instead of guitars on song? I've seen quite a lot of this lately where people are like, I can't play guitar, I won't get someone to play it, I'll just use AI. Do you think that takes away from it and your enjoyment of it, or not really?
I mean, I'm yet to be convinced by AI. I'm a
Hmm.
massive, Luddite skeptic of
Yeah.
AI, and once it cures cancer, give it a try. But at the minute, I'm just not a fan. I don't trust AI. I don't want
No.
AI. any time like I'm using a normal app and suddenly they stick AI in it, I'm just disappointed and annoyed. I'm not happy about it. So
Yeah,
maybe one day, never say never. There might be potential in it, but I'm yet to see.
yeah,
Um, especially with art. So like, I'm sure it's great in a business context. I'm sure it's it makes things faster and more
yeah,
efficient and whatever in business and industry and stuff. But like in terms of art,
mm,
um, I feel like art is an indefinable human, like
yeah,
almost, dare I say, like spiritual or something
yeah,
thing that is separate from productivity, and that, you know, art is like the expression of somebody's like experience and, being and quote unquote soul.
yeah,
A machine, an algorithm doesn't have a metaphorical soul,
yeah,
or if souls are real and religion is true, then or literal soul either. you
yeah,
know so I think AI should stay well away from art and just stick to
yeah.
curing cancer or something. That's
Exactly.
what it needs to do.
It must have some good use, but it's not in music or art or anything like that, as you said. There was one story I can tell you because we're running out of time because the little clock's telling me off at the top, and I want to make sure we plug you properly. But I done graphic design for many years, and for the last single cover I brought out, I made it one up, normal way, no AI, and it was flagged by Instagram's algorithm as containing AI images. What was complete
Ugh.
crap. And I was like, so here is an AI machine telling me that my human-made design is AI. But then the post above mine was a photograph of who was it? Freddie Mercury and John Lennon in 2022 playing at some concert was obviously AI, and that's not flagged as AI. It's like what?
Yeah, it's disappointing. You know, on the plus side, we're a long way away from Skynet yet. We're not
Yeah,
going to get terminated yet if it can't even tell the difference between those two,
yeah,
very polar opposites of creativity. But so on the plus side, the machines aren't going to kill us yet. But
yeah.
on the negative side, it's
It's come
just
along very quickly all of a
a
sudden.
frustrating, yeah, it's a frustrating interruption into art that doesn't need to be there yet.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if you might see it in metal music
Never
as
say
well.
never, not yet.
When I see like online, I follow a lot of Beatle pages, a lot of Oasis pages, and a lot of the photographs now is just more and more AI generated fake photographs. Well, look fake. I mean, they don't look real. They don't even look like all the Beatles look like the same person going by these AI creations. And I was wondering, do you get that in the metal sort of music as well? Is there a lot of AI crap images that clog up your account?
I mean, there might be, but I tend to not follow them. For a while, I fell into the trap of, so before nursing, I studied like film production,
Yeah,
um, which included things like animation and video editing, etc.
yeah,
So, you know, I could see and have had fellow students
yeah,
make things like it's taking an album cover and making it move around.
yeah,
So for a while I was following a few accounts and I was like, that's really good how they made like that Iron Maiden cover, like Dance or whatever.
yeah,
And then I realized like, oh no, you can just pop that into chat GPT and do it.
yeah,
You know, so I was following a few accounts, and then there were AI, and then I thought, like, what's
yeah,
you know, what's the point in giving this like? Like the reason you like something on Instagram is to support the artist, bring it to other people's attention. But like,
yeah.
it's not art to put something into ChatGPT, is it? It's
No, no, this
uh,
is the yeah, I see that a lot online. It's like, come on, there's people who study it for years and they have all the, it's a lot of equipment takes up, you know what it's like. For anything, you need a lot of, it costs a lot to become, in films or animation. And then they come along, do it for free, and people are like, oh, that's so much better. It's not. It's not.
And even if it is, like it doesn't count to me.
No,
The
exactly.
reason you're going, wow, that's impressive. You worked really hard on that. Not like, wow, it's impressive. You pressed enter.
Yeah. I can't get on board with it. One day I might find a reason why it's good, as you said, when it starts curing diseases and helping people.
Yeah.
As for now, making John Lennon have six fingers on one hand, and giving him Ringo's nose, it isn't going to help anyone, surely.
Yeah.
Now,
I love Jingo.
oh yeah, that's what it's like. It's oh god, there was one someone put on there, and it was like can't remember, it was something a Beatles and some other band. It might have been Metallica actually, or someone like that. Yeah, I think it was Metallica, and it showed like, oh, when they did a gig together, they never did a gig together, and people are going to believe this down the line, years down the line, saying, look at them, they did a gig together.
That's a worrying thing is when people start I guess when people stop critically analyzing it, because
Yeah,
now it's new and everyone has their guard up, but like once everyone kind of lets their defenses down, it's just going to be like, oh yeah, I love Abe Lincoln's work in the
yeah,
Beatles.
it might
Ah,
be like Christ, go down. In what is it, 30 years or something? It's going to be like 100th anniversary of some of a Beatles work. So at that point, come on. Whatever it is, 30, 40 years. It's like, no, it's very worrying. Now, the time is clicking down at the top. It's clicking, it's clicking. I don't like seeing that up there. And the little warning which tells me upgrade to Zoom Pro. If I could afford it, I would. So, but I'm not paying your subscription, naughty. So, please tell everyone where they can buy your book, where they can read
uh,
about it, where they can follow you. Plug
you
yourself.
can follow me at James Neeson Author on Instagram is probably the best place. I have mentalhealthformetalheads.com as my website. You can buy the book on Amazon in Waterstones if you're a metal fan. Cult Never Die. Raven Records in London if you want a physical
Mhm.
store to get a copy. Um, if you're in America or something, Barnes and Noble, Walmart.com carries it. Basically, lots of places that sell books online can carry it, and um, Amazon if all else fails.
That is, I'm actually very happy to hear that you can get it so many places because I've seen other people do books and they're good books and they're just not out there enough. So that list has made me insanely happy. I'm like, look, it's out there. That's good. It should be selling millions of copies soon, all signed. I hope.
And but before we go, just another shout out to Dan Wicks and
Cool.
go listen to his album. It's very good.
It's a very good album. It's a good podcast as well. It's far better than this podcast, but we still joke about. So he's up the next step up from me. It's a stepping ladder. You've had to step down to be on here. But thanks for being on here, and do keep in touch, and I'll keep a lookout on your book and how it's doing.